What's up, YouTube? Listen, family, the CPI report came out today, and we did a whole bunch of nothing to make it all plain, okay? With that being said, I want to tell you why that is a good thing and why we are headed higher from here, okay? Without further ado, let's go ahead and bust out the charts. Please take some notes. Class will be in session, okay? Let's get to it. Okay, guys, class is in session, and on today's lesson will come from the 4-hour chart. Remember, I told you guys it is important that you become masters of every time frame in the chart game, okay? Reason being, guys, if you can learn to master the 1 week, the 1 day, the 4 hour, the 1 hour, all the way down to the 1 minute, guys, it will do wonders on your trading journey because you will see the bigger picture. You will understand patterns and behaviors a lot better, okay? Getting back to the charts, I'm going to point out to you for today a few things I want to show you on why we may be headed higher, okay? Let's take your attention over here. I want to show you this inflection point right here, okay? This is the 4-hour chart, which means when the 4-hour has a cross, okay, this will be a cross right here. The move is much more significant, okay? We went from a low here of 360, okay? This was really 357 down here. Once this cross happened, okay, look at the pattern we made. And this is what today's lesson is going to be about, the pullback or the retest and why it's so important. That was that move right there. Then we went up higher, okay? Then we had a larger pullback here, but we're just gaining steam and momentum, okay? This formed that double bottom I always talk to you guys about. This is a gap up. Long story short, guys, this took itself all the way here to 410, okay? And that's where we finished at before we made another double top and began to proceed down. Now take your eyes over here. What do we have forming here? We have another cross that took place right there, which means we should see a larger move over the course of the next 3 weeks, okay? So you will have a big move one day, then you'll have a pullback, a huge move the next day, then a little digestion period. It'll just be a slow grind up once you have the cross on the 4-hour. And this is on the 13 and 48. These are the indicators that I'm looking at and showing you this cross on, okay? But I'm gonna clean this up a little bit because today class is in session, and I just want to show you the power and the importance of to not be down when you guys have a pullback, okay? Check this out. We're using right here, if you guys can't see, the double bottom was formed here and here, and we're moving up. Boom, we have that large move up. Remember, I told you whenever you have a double bottom, it's a setup for a huge move to the upside. But look, guys, this pullback right here, this is what I want to focus on. What was once resistance, look at how here, resistance, it couldn't get above that line. Resistance, it touched it but got pulled right back down. Then, guys, once it broke resistance, now resistance becomes support. Look at how we bounced off this line right here, and now we're headed higher, okay? And so from here, guys, one of the targets you want to look for is this $400 level. That will be next. And then as we continue to head higher, it'll be a slow grind. I want you to look for this key level of 410. Why? Because 410 was right here, and 410 is what sent us down from this double bottom, from this double top right here, okay? That's what started this downward move, but we end up forming this double bottom, and now we're headed back up. So we want to go back and test 410, okay, ultimately, but then hopefully break through en route to like 415-ish and higher, okay? With that being said, guys, I want to talk to you guys about the importance of the back test, okay? Today's lesson on a 4-hour chart was about the importance of, this is why you got to give yourself time on your journey, okay? And time means if you're going to trade, if you want to make money day to day throughout the week, you need time, meaning your expiration date has to allow for these things to happen. Stocks don't go higher typically unless they retest, unless they back test, pull back, then they have to after they was once rejected from a level, once they break through, they go back to test the level and then they bounce off of it, okay? And so going back in here, you guys see that's exactly what happened. You can look here for the bounce that I was telling you guys about. You see it here. Boom. It bounced off right here and then it came back down. Okay, and then we went higher. But look at over here, guys. I'll clear this out so you guys can see time and time again the importance of this back test. Okay, you need to have a moment. Look at right here. Okay, it came up, it back test, and this line end up being a launching pad. Okay, it needed to come back and test that level to go higher. It came up, look right here. Okay, all of this leads to something, so don't be discouraged when you guys see pullback. It came up, boom, it hit off the line only to go higher. It came down again, overshot a little bit. Sometimes they do that. That's the games they play. When you guys are in this game, you'll see that, okay? But only to go higher on the journey, okay? Bounced off here and then boom. And then that's when it met its top, okay? And that's where that double top comes from. All right, but with that being said, again, guys, I just wanted to show you the importance of allowing back tests to happen. Sometimes when you guys get to a certain level, you will learn to play the back test, okay? Typically on a high probability setup, I like for you guys to just let the back test occur. Then you get in once it hits the level and then you ride it back up. The level would be if it touches the 13 or if it touches the 48 or if it bounces off the 200. Those would be your indicators for entry, okay? And so you want to let it come back. Go back and watch this video 2 times if you need to and look at where each red candle came to before bouncing off. Those would be your ideal entry points. You might not time it to a T, but those are levels that I want you guys looking for, okay? So today's lesson was all about the importance of a back test. Today was that in the market. This is why I'm covering that. The action you've seen today with stocks coming down off of CPI, all they did was either fill some gaps or came back to back test certain levels that they passed previously, whether it was earlier this week or last week. Now that that's out the way, we are prepared for takeoff, okay? And so again, I want you guys to understand bigger moves, higher moves are en route, okay? It won't be in a straight line, but you will gradually see, okay? And that's what I wanted to cover today. Let's go ahead and dive into the individual stocks. Okay, guys, check it out. We're kicking it off with Apple, ticker symbol AAPL. Look at this one, flat on today. All it did was a bunch of nothing, guys. It came out the gate, shot up to 134. That was the level we wanted to see. Pulled all the way down to 131. Only to make a double bottom here at 11. The other bottom was formed at 1135, only to shoot back up to 134 to pull back down. With that being said, what I'm teaching you and showing you guys this for is this. On tomorrow, okay, we did the back test. It was at these levels because that 131, 132 level was where it needed to back test. It needed to come back to test that level, and then you can now go higher. Okay, so we lived a little bit in 133. Tomorrow, look for 133 to be support because we will try to play at the 134 range en route to 135, okay? Drop these nuggets, man. Take notes of these things, okay? Tesla, look at this. Tesla, another stock that was flat on today. A whole bunch of nothing, okay? Look at where it's sitting at. Still 123. Guys, check this out. 123 and 124 is where the bears are sitting at, or is where resistance is sitting at, I should say. So look at what happened, okay? 124 in pre-market, so we know they were knocking on the door at 9:30. What did they do? Knock this all the way down to 117. We talked about 117, 118, 119 ish being support, okay? But look at what Tesla began to do. It reclaimed 120, came back to test this 118 level, came back up to 120, 121, pulled back to 120. We already saw and established 120 was a level of support. Okay, support becomes resistance, resistance becomes support. Boom, we bounced off of this support of 120 and look at where we ended at, sitting right here at 123. Where are we headed next, guys? We're headed to 128, but before we got to get there, we got to battle at 125, okay? We got a war, we got to fight at 125 and 126, and then, guys, we're headed to 128. but it takes time. It don't always play out in a day. It don't always play out in a matter of minutes. So I'm teaching you why these back tests and these backward moves has to happen, okay? And then last but not least was the SPY, ticker symbol SPY. Even though I just went over the chart with the candlesticks, just wanted to show you, look at how similar this did. Came out, tested 198.57, got rejected, went all the way down here to 192. Okay, that was a $6 drop. But check this out, from 192, that's called a back test. Okay, that's nothing to be mad about. That's, you had to understand that comes with the game. Now, if you learn how to make money off of that, it's a beautiful thing. All right, I'll teach that later on along the journey. Okay, from that low level, we went back up $4 to 396. But now look at what becomes support. Remember, we always talk about this 395 level. In this level, they formed a double bottom. 395 was that level of support. Remember, resistance when we was at in lower numbers, 395 was resistance. Resistance now turning support. We bounce off of this, and then look, we right back up here at 398. So what does that do? Because we got the back test out the way, 397. You got support at 395. Okay, long as we hold those levels, we're gonna come back to test 398 en route to going to 399. And guess what, guys? 400, just like I showed you on the chart. Okay, listen, guys, this game doesn't have to be as complex and complicated as others make it seem. However, I want you to embrace these challenges, embrace these things you're learning each and every day. Hopefully, man, please do me a favor. If you are learning, if you enjoying this journey of the teaching tutorials, please like and subscribe. Okay, make sure this video get at least 2,000 likes. That